day 7, and this is my 120-day journey of losing 22 pounds. It's gonna happen, watch. This is day 7. My weight is 141, which means I've lost almost 6 pounds so far. I think I lost almost 2 pounds overnight, which is awesome. I feel really good about that. Yeah, nothing major. I decided to treat myself for all the hard work I put in. I feel like I didn't really do much. I'm like, yeah, well, it didn't feel that difficult or that hard. And I'm sure there's a lot of people like, F you, you know how hard I have to try. I'm like, I know, I've been there. I've gone past that point. You know, I wanted to talk about a little bit about establishing a habit, establishing a pattern. Because where I am right now came from many years of struggle and pain and falling down, and I mean, it wasn't a perfect journey. I mean, as you go through life, you'll learn that it's not a straight line. It's more like up, down, but the overall trend goes up. So yeah, so if you are just starting out and you're trying to improve your health, try to lose weight or whatever, I would recommend focusing on one aspect of it. Like, let's say you want to stop eating after like 10 o'clock at night. Okay? Do you think it's going to always happen, that it's going to be perfect every day? Probably not. And if you try to do that, you're going to probably drive yourself crazy. Right? That's why I have this rule, is just like, forgive yourself. Hi. You got to forgive yourself. You know, try to do the very best you can, but if you slip up, hey, you know what? Try again tomorrow. But don't make those kind of excuses for yourself on an everyday basis, or else it becomes a terrible trend and pattern. Yeah, focus on one thing. You know, like I remember when I first started doing meditation, I was really intense about it, and which is required. You need a bit of intensity and focus and perseverance when you first try to start a new habit. Habits are hard to change, but once they're established, it's like an autopilot behavior. That's what a habit is. So I am a little bit business-minded, and I think of it like an investment. You're putting an investment in time and effort in this case, right? Earning money takes time, effort, discipline, right? You're putting in the initial capital of energy, the output of energy, in order to get a return of energy, right? You want to have the habit of being able to meditate every day. Well, you got to try every day. Start first thing in the morning when you first wake up. You can't do it, well, okay, when am I going to do it? Morning, night, evening, what time, right? And every day, stay consistent on that. You're gonna probably mess up, whatever. I remember I was staring at when I first started, I remember staring at a candle. A booger was coming down my nose. I'm like, no, this is so disgusting. Past my lip, oh my God. But I didn't stop. I kept staring at that candle for the next 20, 30 minutes. And I kept doing that day after day after day after day. It didn't always drip. But I kept staring at a candle, and I felt like a sort of high. From the sense of accomplishment and from the meditation, because you're almost getting to a place of like having zero thoughts. You know, thoughts are gonna, if you're doing meditation, let's just say, you know, you're gonna have all kinds of like distractions in your mind, they talk about like an idea will be like a cloud drifting. Just let it drift. Don't engage in your own thoughts. You'll realize that not all your thoughts or ideas or your feelings or emotions are valid. A lot of them are dumb. They're just distractions. They don't help you along your own path or what you're trying to accomplish. Or maybe they are very important. But right now, I need to ignore what I'm feeling. Right now, I need to ignore that thought. That can go in the back burner. Right now, I need to be right here in this moment, staring at you, staring into this camera, and just enjoying the moment as I walk around in circles. Right? So everything has its time and place, and when you're meditating, you just want to be present to right here. The thing they recommend is breathing. Just breathe in, just breathe out. Breathe in, hold it, breathe out. But it's that simple. Now I like when I meditate, I usually do it with, like first thing I wake up. I literally wake up, I'll turn on my computer, I'll put in some calming, relaxing music, some, I don't know, there's like, I forget what it's called. I'll probably put it down in the description. Some sort of calming, energetic frequencies that I listen to them all at once within 20 minutes. I'm like in the between sleep and meditation. I'm just focusing on breathing. Sometimes I'm drifting in and out of consciousness. And I do that for 20 minutes. I go for a walk either in the morning, and if I'm rushed, then I can't. Then I do it at night. If I can't do that, then like, damn. But I try to do it every day, for the most part. So that's all for today. Just if you're starting off this journey, focus on one habit at a time, just one. Get that down for about a month, and once you feel like you have a handle of that it doesn't take that much effort anymore in order to do that, and then that's now on autopilot. Congratulate yourself. That's a huge accomplishment, and just keep in mind that you're gonna probably live a while, so time is on your side. The more intense you want something done in a time crunch, it can happen. And if you really want it, it will happen. But it's more painful that way. It really is. This is why this channel is like 120 days. Could I have done this, lose 20 pounds in like 2 months? Of course. Would it be really painful to do? Yeah, I've done that. I've done that. My first time losing weight, I bought an infomercial called Insanity. And it was insane. It was intense. It's the hardest workout, and it was pretty intense. I couldn't complete it. I was only do the first month of CDs, DVDs, or whatever, and I couldn't do it. So I just restarted from the beginning. Did the first month again, and I did it in 2 months, and I lost like 20-30 pounds. Boom. But it was a fiery intensity, hungry all the time. I was in an angry place because I was furious and disgusted where I had allowed myself to be. And it was like a wild, passionate anger, fiery energy that had to be, I had to release it in some form or fashion. I wouldn't recommend that for the long term. If you're in a warlike state, though it can be effective, I wouldn't recommend it, because if you run out of enemies, you'll turn on yourself. And holding your fist for so long, though it can make you strong in that moment, for a moment, if you hold on to it too tightly for too long, you'll actually become weaker. Just relax. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. Time is on your side. Focus on a single habit. Get that habit down, and once you feel comfortable that you have that, implement a new goal, and a new goal, and a new goal. I hope you guys found some value in this. I noticed I tend to monologue, which is perfect for a YouTube thing. I hope you guys enjoy it. Peace. See you on the next one. If you like it, smash that like button. Share it with other people. You don't know who's going through a struggle. I think the next episode that I do, I'll talk about the first time that I lost weight. I was 170 pounds. Well, 168. From the height of being overweight. And I think that's what I'll talk about the next time. No matter what happens in my results, I'll talk about that next time. Share a little bit more about myself. See you guys. Hope you enjoy it. Bye.